Guys, please check your audio and video settings. Hibernate. Yes. Yesterday we discussed so many things, boss. But this is most important. If I am dealing with HQL select queries which gives 0 or more records, if that query is selecting all column values, then you will get list T, list of collections. I'm talking all these things with respect to list and get result list methods. Now you are selecting specific multiple columns, then you will get list of object array. Now if you are selecting specific single property value, single column value, then you will get list property object. Then you will get list property object. Are you getting my point? Yes, guys. Okay. See this list of entities, list object array, and this one. Lastly, I think we are still covering only first part. Okay, we are entity queries only. We are still dealing with what? Entity queries. Still we have not started what? Scalar queries discussion. Did we start scalar queries discussion, boss? No. Okay. Nice, guys. After that, okay. After that, we discussed about traditional positional parameters are removed from Hibernate 5.x. Okay. And it is recommended to work with what? JPA style positional parameters, also called ordinal parameters. What parameters? Ordinal. Okay, that means question mark with numbering, boss. Okay, these question mark with numbers, these numbers can start with either 0 or 1. These numbers can start either with 0 or 1. Okay. This 0 or 1. There should not be any gap between parameter numbers, but they can be in any order. See, 2 1 you can write, 1 2 you can write, but you cannot write gap between 1 3 1 5 like this. You cannot write. Come on here. 1 3 1 5 cannot write. Okay, next one. It must start with either 0 or 1. Virazu 2 and 3 are valid. Okay. So 2 and 3 are valid. Come on, guys. How come valid, guys? 2 and 3 are not valid. We tested. After testing only, we have gone for this conclusion. Must start with either 0 or 1. Okay. Suppose you have taken 2, 3. No, because not started with. Fine. We did all the practicals. You also do practicals for confirmation, boss. Yeah, why it is valid? Started with 0. Why it is invalid? 2 is missing. Why it is valid? Started with 1, 2 is there. Okay. Next one. Next one. Why it is invalid? Negative numbers are there. Why it is invalid? 2 and 3 no gap, but not started with 0 or 1. Why it is valid? because started with 1, baby. Order wise it is 1 and 2. First 2 has come, then this one come. Okay, fine, boss. See, boss, set parameter empty string you can pass, no log, but you have to pass correct value. Now, when parameter is expecting numeric value, if you pass string, what's the use? If you pass string, what's the use? Okay. And how many parameters are there? Those many times you have to call set parameter method. And if you don't call any set parameter method for any parameter, definitely you will get error. No doubt in that. See, boss, 1 here, 2 here. Lastly, you observe 1 here, 2 here. 1 here, 2 here. I have not passed second parameter. Definitely error. After taking question mark, if you don't set value to correspond, definitely you will get error. You're using set parameter, it is giving strike through effect. I don't think so. Yeah, what is this? Ordinary parameter not bound. It's saying that ordinary parameter not bound. It's seriously saying that ordinary parameter. That means all parameters must. Okay. Someone is asking me, we have to go for 2 and 3. 2 and 3. Okay, let me write 2 here, 3 here. Let me check this. Because yesterday someone confused about this. Let me try this. Oh, sorry. I think I have to take some statements back. Oh, 2 and 3 can start with any number. Oh, yeah. Yeah, here I have to give 2 and 3. Fine. So let's see. We should take starting with 0 or 1. Okay, what's the numbering now? Now numbering 1. Yeah, let's see. Yeah. Ordinary, what is that? Parameter numbers. Come on. Parameter number can be started anywhere, but they must be continued in sequence. They must be continued in sequence. Okay, maybe yesterday we didn't try with we have taken what, but we have not changed in other place. We thought that error is this error. Parameter number can be started with anywhere, but must be continued in sequence. There should not be, okay, any gap between parameter numbers, but can be in any order. Negative numbers are not allowed. Negative numbers are not allowed. Okay, fine. Okay, now tell me 0 and 1 valid, 1 and 3 invalid, 1 and 2 valid, invalid, 2 and 3. Yesterday I said invalid, but today I have to give valid. Nice, boss. 2 and 1 valid. Yeah, small improvisation. Right. Okay, anyhow, in industry, positional parameters are not possible. Positional parameter, these are also called as what? Ordinal parameters. What parameters? Ordinal parameters. Okay, this question mark. What is this? Question mark N. Question mark N. Question mark N. I already have given. Can be started with anywhere but should be continued in a sequence. Right. Question mark N is called JPA style positional oblique ordinal parameter. Positional oblique ordinary parameters. Let it be, boss. Okay. Now listen. Limitations with positional parameters. Limitations with positional parameters. Okay. Positional params, oblique ordinal parameters. Okay. We should uh, explicitly give indexes. Give or remember indexes. Give or remember indexes for parameters. Okay, next one. Parameters, nothing but question marks. Are question mark n are not self-descriptive. Are not self-descriptive. Parameters question mark or question mark n are not self-descriptive. Are you understanding my point there? They are not at all self-descriptive. Next. Parameters don't define don't define parameters don't define their type. Don't define type. Becomes complex to handle when more params are given. When more params are given. When more than three or four params are given. 3 to 4, okay. But when you give more than 3 or 4, some problems will be there or not there. Yes. To overcome all these problems, to overcome above problems, above problems, above problems, to overcome above problem, take the support of named parameters. Take the support of named parameters. Which parameters here? Named parameters. And one more reason I want to add. Hibernate 5.x is not supporting JDBC style plain parameters. Yeah, one more reason I am giving that, because I have given limitations of positional or ordinary parameters. So both JDBC style. Okay. To overcome above problem, take the support of what? Named parameters. Really, sir? Yes, we have to take the support of named parameters. So right now our discussion is working with named parameter. What's the syntax of named parameters, sir? Syntax is colon name, colon name. Like this, any name you can give, boss. Okay, colon name. See the one example, same thing with the positional, named parameters. Okay, from com dot nt dot entity dot insurance policy where policy id greater than or equal to colon min and what is this? Policy ID. Policy ID less than or equal to colon max, greater than or equal to colon min, and less than or equal to colon max. Okay, then we have to set values to query parameters are not there. Come on, guys. Later we have to set values to query parameters are not there. Yes, how to set values to query parameter? Against regular set parameter method, boss. So now tell me here, these are positional parameters, boss. Positional are named. These two are named parameters. Tell me, they are self-descriptive. They are self-descriptive. Are you worried about indexes? Are you worried about indexes? At least based on their name, we can get their type. If not 100%, at least 50% we can guess their type. Okay, 50% we can guess their type. They are self-descriptive. No need of worrying about indexing. Come on. And all versions of Hibernate is supporting. All versions of Hibernate supporting. All modern versions of Hibernate supporting what? Named parameters. Are you getting my point there? Note. All modern versions. Okay. Modern versions are versions. That means I generally consider Hibernate. Hibernate has become popular because of 3.x version, boss. All modern versions of Hibernate. Versions of Hibernate. Hibernate 3.x onwards. Hibernate. Okay. Are supporting named params. Supporting named params. This is most important, boss. Okay. Right. Advantages of named params. Actually, I need not to tell. Fine. Okay. Anyhow, discussion came. Named params are self-descriptive. Self-descriptive. No need of giving any indexing or counting. No need of giving any indexing or counting. Yes or no? Na? Fine. No need of giving any indexing or what? Counting. Next, all versions of Hibernate support named parameters. Named parameters. Self-descriptive means what, sir? English wording, self-explanative. Min, max, I take minimum value, I take max value. Self-descriptive, boss, English terminology. Self-explanation. By listening your name, listen. By listening your name, people can say you are you are you are a South Indian, or you belongs to so and so locality. You are a Hindu religion person. You are a Christian religion person. Your name is self-descriptive or not? Understanding my point there. Your name is self-descriptive. Similarly, self-explanative. There is no need of telling what you are. By seeing your name, so many things can be gathered, right? You are from which state? You are God. Your family worship which God? Belongs to which religion? Belongs to which caste? Belongs to which area? Maximum based on the name only people can guess many things, right? So your name is self-descriptive or not? JPHQL on September 26th. September 26th. Right. Okay. Let's see one example on named parameters. Say paste. HQL select entity query with what is this? With named parameters. Named parameters. But one thing you remember here, all named parameters and JPA style positional parameters will be converted into JDBC style plain parameters after generating SQL query, because database understands only SQL queries. Database understands only plain parameters. Database does not understand what JPA style positional parameters are named parameter. That means all these things should be converted into plain parameters once SQL query is generated, because database understands only plain parameters. Then why all these hangamas are? This is to make programmer life easy. Okay, this is to make programmers life easy. That's why did we study JPA style parameters in JDBC classes? No. Named parameters in JDBC classes? No. But we are learning only in what? ORM framework. That means when real JDBC code generated, when real SQL query is generated, real JDBC code generated, real SQL query generated, we are least bothered about the whole process, right? We are least bothered about the whole process. Are you analyzing my point there or not? Yes. At the end, they need to be converted into JDBC style parameters, right? The JPA style, the JPA style positional params, positional oblique ordinal params, and named parameters will be converted into uh, JDBC style plain params. JDBC style plain params. Okay. Along with SQL query generation. Along with SQL query generation. Because database software, JDBC, because the JDBC because the JDBC code and database software supports only come on, JDBC style plain params. Understanding my point there? JDBC style plain param. Okay, boss. Ordinal parameters means what? Question mark n. Named params means what? Colon name. Okay, colon name. Yeah, dialect only will do, boss. Dialect only will do. Okay. Supports only plain params. Only plain params. Plain params. Done, guys. Always remember, whatever hangama we do, it is for our simplification, to make our life easy. but entire story is done by JDBC and database. So overall things will be there. Things will be converted as required for JDBC. Okay, why to write same condition every time? This time let's go for some other condition. Where, 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 where P name, policy name. What is that? Policy name. I think what are the columns we are having insurance policy? Company. Okay, where company inoperatory is there. Okay, inoperatory is there. I want to take named parameters. So what is this? Company one. Company one. Don't worry. Property name is company one. Company one is my named parameter. If you are confused, I will take COMP1. Any name you can take, comma. Okay, comma. No, now no need of angular bracket. Just write company one in the syntax angular brackets. Company two. Close it. That's it. Colon company one, colon company two. That's it. If you feel that is confusing you, organization one, organization two. Understanding my point there. Colon is syntax, boss. Why colon means what can I say? Why question mark? Answer me. Why question mark? Why semicolon? Array, all are English words, boss. All are English word. But how to recognize this English word as parameter? By seeing colon. Because we are saying this is a property name. This is the keyword. This is the domain class name. This is English. This is English. This is English. Okay. Then how can we say this is only parameter? Based on colon. Based on colon. Why colon I cannot explain. But because of colon that has become parameter. I can explain that. Why semicolon I don't have answer. Because syntax is like grammar of computer, grammar of English. We follow English grammar, we question English grammar. We do, we definitely follow. We never question English grammar. Okay. Set values to params. Query dot set parameter. See, we have a two options, boss. Two overloaded forms. One is position comma value. Other one is named parameter comma value. Right now I'm going to take this. org1 comma value LIC. Okay. Next. Query dot set parameter org2 comma org2 comma. I think we have taken only LIC. Yeah? Tata AIZ. Tata have taken. Okay. Anyhow, R class only. Na? Set values to named params. What params? Named params. Next, what is this? Execute query. Execute query. Tell me. List insurance policy. List insurance policy. List is equal to. List insurance policy. List is equal to. Query dot get result list. What dot here? Query dot get result list. Okay. Process result. Process result. List dot for each iteration one insurance object comes that I want to display. System dot out dot println out colon println method reference, boss. You cannot use this one for everything. Yes. See, everything is same, boss. Instead of what positional parameter, I'm using named parameters. That's it. Okay. Regular hangama of try catch. Try is there. Catch finally, you close it. Save this one, HQL select test. I think belonging to LIC only records are there. All things belongs to LIC only. That's why only LIC records are coming. All things belongs to LIC, only LIC records are coming. So I have a question. What is that question, you know? Can I take named parameter and positional parameters together? Named parameter and positional parameter together in one query. What do you say, guys? Okay, can I put named and positional parameter? Positional means now onwards you observe JPA style positional parameters only. Okay. Okay, boss. Someone asked me one question. Sir, when should I use for each? When should I use for loop? When should I use for loop? See, boss, you want to have a counter variable. When you have a 1 to 1, I is equal to 0, I less than or equal to 10, I plus plus. At that particular time, go for a traditional for loop. No, I'm processing arrays, I'm processing collections. So here elements are important, counter variable is not important. For me, I'm getting accessing what? Elements are important. Understanding my point? Counter variable is not important. Then you have to go for enhanced for loop or for each method. Understanding? Someone asked me, why cannot we use a traditional for loop here? We can use it, but that's a lengthy process. Why are you not using enhanced for loop? You can use it. That's a lengthy process. So that's the reason I'm using for each method. See, this logic I can write by using traditional for loop. Okay. This logic we can use in what? Enhanced for loop. But the best is for each method. Best is for each method. Understanding my point? Okay. And for each cannot be applied on arrays. For each can be applied only on collections. Are you understanding my point? Only on collection for each can be used. So simple theory, boss. Processing of collection elements can be done by using all three loops. But best performance comes, okay, best processing happens and in a single line everything can be completed when you use for each with lambda expressions. Right now I'm using for each plus method references. So performance wise for each good. That's why I'm preferring for each. Someone asking when to use which one, sir? Nothing like that. All the three things can be used, but wherever best performance is there, I will prefer using it. Okay, recollect your core Java knowledge. Consumer producer concept is there in for each method or not? Consumer producer concept is there in for each method or not? Come on, guys. Not studied in core Java, na? Please revise, revise. Things are not there to forget. So now I am asking one more question. Can we place both named and positional params in one HQL query, one JPQL or HQL query? See, boss, I will use Java 8 features like anything. Java 8, 9, 10 features like anything. Be ready. Be ready. Okay? Because I cannot spend the time on revising core Java concept every time. Wherever possible is there, I will introduce. But from scratch, I cannot talk. And in the YouTube channel of Naresh IT, our faculties have kept so many videos. Instead of wasting watching YouTube videos, Facebook videos, please watch some videos of that every day. Every day you watch 2 videos as a compulsory restriction. So along with your entertainment, that knowledge also will increase. I think Harikrishna sir also kept so many videos on what? Java 8 features. Please watch them. Because I'm going to use a lot of features, boss. Lot of features. How many of you understood this line here? Everyone, or is there anyone who is not understanding this line? Here 2 concepts are there. For each is there. Okay, lambda expression is there. Method reference is there. All 3 things are there. Indirectly, lambda expression also there. Okay. Yeah. Tell me, I'm asking this question. Any idea? Any idea? Any idea? Suppose here I have given question mark 1. Here I have given question mark 1. Next organization 2. So here I will set 1. Here I can set 1 LIC Tata. Okay, in the database, let me add 1 to Tata records, boss. Yes, I think as for my knowledge, okay, I will tell. We can use, but you should place positional parameter before any named parameters have been placed. Before placing named parameter, you should complete using all positional parameter. Why? Once named parameter comes, index wise confusion will come. Before that 1 2 3, before that 2 3 4, fine, nice, going on. But once named parameter is introduced, for next positional parameter what index should be given, so that confusion starts. That's why right now I placed positional parameter before named parameter. Okay, it should allow, but let me check. It should allow. Happily output is coming here. Happily output is coming here. It is involving both in the this one, in class, comma, question mark, comma, question mark. It's possible. But you try to do reverse. When you try to do reverse, you only get confusion. ORG1, question mark 2, or question mark 1. You cannot, you only have confusions. Or I should give 1 or 2. Because you may think that, sir, if it is 1, it should be 2 na, sir. If it is 2, it should be 3 na, sir. We only get confusion, right? Here I am giving ORG1, nice. Here I am giving what? 2. 2 I have given a 1, I have given a 1. Okay, 1. 1. Let's see. Earlier I tested in combination with the plain parameters. I didn't test with this one. Okay, it's happily coming because we are having clarity on what positional parameters. We are having clarity on with plain not supporting. Earlier I tested with plain parameters. Now I have given 2. Okay, since positional parameters also having some index, its own index, not it is not counting. Come on here. Yes, it's coming. In any combination, it's coming. Okay, in any. Earlier I tested with plain parameters. Here plain parameters. That time, what is the story, you know? You can place positional parameter before any named parameters are defined. Here gap is not the issue, na. Sir, Spring Data also internally uses Hibernate only, ra babu. So that's why Hibernate questions, Hibernate parameter and Spring Data parameters are same, na? Answer, yes, we can. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. But positional parameters must be okay JPA style. What here? Positional parameter must be JPA style. Positional or ordinal params. Ordinary params. Ordinary params. Here is the example. Okay, boss. Ordinary parameters. In Hibernate 4.x, we can place plain positional parameters and named params in a HQL query, but we must place all positional params before any named parameters are defined. Otherwise, exception will come. Otherwise, exception will come. Definitely, what will come? Exception will come. Yeah, but we have to test in Hibernate 4.x setup. Yes. This is a question mark. This is invalid. In 4.x setup, you write reverse. Question mark org colon org1 valid. I tested here, no problem. My sir, it's not recommended, sir. All these are not recommended. We are learning only for knowledge sake, boss. When named parameters are there, better not to use all this hangama. But then why are you learning? Only for knowledge sake. Okay. So these are not recommended practices. These are not recommended practices. Come on. Even this also not recommended practice. It works, but not recommended. Recommended practices. Because we are having problem with the positional parameter, we are going for named parameter. Again, there is no mixing. Understanding my point? Okay. Again, there is no meaning of missing, right? These are not recommended practices. So prefer all params as named params. Prefer all params as named params. Okay, we must place all positional parameter before any named parameters are defined, otherwise exception will come. Okay, boss. Right. Now listen, one more question. Can we take Can we take HQL keywords, entity class names, and property names as the come on, HQL keywords, entity class names, and property names as the parameters. Answer, can you guess? No. Why, sir? Sir, if they are taken as parameter, people write everything as parameter. Nah, come on. No, not possible. No, not possible. So that means we can take only input values through params. That's it. We cannot take everything as params here. We can take only input values through params. Okay. For example, your thought is this. Organization 1, organization 2, fine. You go ahead with that. Colon organization 1, colon organization 2, go ahead with that. Here organization 1, here organization 2. Okay. 1, 2, that's fine. But my intention is I removed this from colon P1 I have taken. And I want to set that from manually through parameter. Yeah, no, P1 colon from. Tell me, guys, is it going to work out? Is it going to work out? You will get exception. Why? Array, if this is allowed, everyone will write like what? Parameter, 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 parameter. Oh, sir, you are giving wrong error. Okay. Sir, just P1 now. Okay, I will give just P1 also. I will give just P1 also. Then also same exception. Unexpected token. It is not expecting this token at all. See, boss, if this is allowed, everything will be parameter. Colon P1, colon P2, colon P3, colon P4, colon P5, colon P6, colon P7. Then how does dialect? No, it is select Korea, non-select Korea. How it can know conversion, boss? Because all these schemes comes into picture at runtime. But dialect has to convert into SQL query, na? So that's the reason not possible. Basic HQL query syntax verification will be disturbed here. HQL query syntax verification generally happens based on keywords. If keywords itself not there, come on. If keywords itself not there, it will be very danger or not there. Here P1 com dot nt dot entity dot insurance policy. See, I'm doing so many experiment in front of you because to tell that, okay, which are possible, which are not possible. Generally, people learns only syntax and goes to interview. Sometime interviewer, after asking 10 questions, if you are answering well, to confuse you, to check where basics are strong or not, that time they will ask this kind of corner questions. Can I take parameters? Can I take this? Can I do? But we never experiment. We never think in that angle. That's why we fail to answer. Or you, after joining company, you may get a wrong thought. I will pass class name dynamically. I'll pass property name dynamically. You should not get that kind of thoughts here. Can you get that kind of thoughts? No, you cannot get that kind of thoughts. Okay, let's see. Paste it. Valida, invalida, invalid. Okay, now com dot entity dot insurance policy. Insurance policy. Any parameter you cannot take. Insurance policy. Insurance policy. It's valida, invalida? Valid. Because no problem, it's a valid one. Okay. Paste. Colon P1, colon P2, colon P3. Valida, invalida? Valida, invalida? Hare, if that is the case, here also colon P4, here also colon P5. How syntax verification takes place? How syntax verification takes place? Come on. Someone asking me, can I hard code? Can I hard code input values? That option is always there, yeah. But hard coding inputs is not a great thought, na? Invalid. Invalid. Okay. Why it is invalid, boss? Because of this. Why it is invalid? Because of these three things. Someone asked me, sir, I don't want to do all these things. I want to hard code. Third input, I want to hard code. Single code. Here also string means single code only, boss. Single code, what is that? Bajaz. Single quote Bajaz I have written like this. I satisfied syntax and I have written Bajaz. Okay, now I will take this one. I will remove this one. Cut it. Paste it. Cut it. Paste it. Save this one. HQL select test. HQL select test. Output is coming or not coming? Sir, only LIC records are coming. Or if records are there, that will come, na? So hard coding of inputs is always there here. That's not at all a question. Hard coding is always possible. In any technology, hard coding is always possible. What is our one? Insurance policy. Insurance policy. INS. Insurance policy. Data. All these are belonging to LIC only. Something Tata. Something Bajaj. Something AIZ. Something what? AIZ. Something AIZ. Refresh. Okay. Now you run it. Yeah. Listen. AIZ records have not come, but remaining 4 records have come. Remaining 4 records have come. Did you observe that? Yes. Hard coded is a Bajaj I have hard coded. Hard coded is coming or not there? Yes. Can we hard code queries? Input values in the query. Can we hard code input values in the query? Can we hard code input values in the query? Yes. Answer is yes, possible. Yes, always possible. That option is always there. Copy this, paste it. Yes, this comes under hard coding only. But single quote, like Oracle, string should be given as single quote. Done, guys. Next, what's the next concept we are having, boss? Question mark, question mark, question mark. Okay, now I want to move to scalar queries, boss. Scalar queries. Okay, getting specific multiple columns are specific single column value from DB table is called scalar query execution. Scalar query execution. Scalar query execution. Yes. Okay, I don't want to disturb this one, guys. Okay, file save as HQL select to test scalar. HQL select to test scalar. Change this one. Why suggestion is not coming? I will tell. Actually, file name gone wrong. Actually, file name gone wrong. Public class, that to hyphen symbol I have taken. Hyphen is not allowed in the class name and file name. You know that. Actually, not allowed in the class name since I have taken class as public class. Same thing is not allowed here. Now it is taking. Fine, boss. Okay. Now, transaction query object. Remove all this stuff. Remove all this stuff. Right. Transaction TX query object. Query is equal to. I want to get multiple column values. Multiple specific column values. What is that? Policy ID, comma, policy name, tenure. Only 3 column values I am trying to get. Already I have given diagram. Tell me you will get list collection with object array or not. Come on, list collection. See, boss, we study collections as alternate to arrays, but see the combination in list collection, object class array are coming elements. Sir, how it will come, sir? Arrays are objects in Java. Arrays are objects in Java. Don't forget that. Come on. Select policy ID tenure from. Arrays are objects in Java, and any object can be taken as element of collection. So that's why we can place it. What's there in that? We can happily place it. Select policy ID, policy name, tenure from com dot entity dot insurance policy. Com dot entity dot insurance policy. Com dot entity dot insurance policy. Where I want to have a different conditions, boss. Where policy name like policy name like policy name like policy name like I want to have some condition. I want to have some condition like name init chars. Okay, init chars, colon, initial characters. Policy name like initial characters. R, initial letters. Initial letters. Like initial letters. Understanding my statement? Okay. Set values to query params. Query dot set parameter. What dot? Query dot set parameter. Understanding? Okay. Query dot set parameter. Here is my init. Init letters. Init letters J star. Initial letters are init letters. Huh? Okay. Init letters J star. I want to get all the insurance policy details whose name starts with J. Whose name starts with J. Whose name starts with J. So we are having all J only, na? Okay, something I will start with K. KJA, THA, TJ. Say refresh. Okay, some policy names, boss. Don't worry. Init letters J star. Okay. Execute HQL query. Execute HQL query. Tell me specific multiple columns here. Since it is specific multiple columns, I will get what? I will get list object array. Tell me each element of list is object array. That object array contains how many elements, boss? Each object array of list collection contains how many elements? Contains how many elements here? J small uppercase, J uppercase only, ra babu. Okay. 3 elements it will have. Okay, that's why J percentile. Sir, why what is J percentile? Oh, yo, J percentile is a wild card character, ra babu. Right. Okay, each element of object array contains 3 elements. You know that, fine. List is equal to query dot. You can use get result list or query dot list. Anything you can use. Process result. List dot for each. List dot for each row. Tell me each row represents. Each row represent one array. Each row represents one object array. Each row represents one object array. Come on. Are you getting my point? Array, yesterday's diagram, ra babu. Yesterday's, if you open yesterday's document, so there one diagram is there. List object array. This is the diagram you observe. In the diagram, you see what I have given. This kind of object array I'm talking about. Fine. Okay. Right. Anyhow, that is not our important issue now. Focus more on it. Each array, each element is, each row is now representing an array. Okay. So now what I do is, there I will take enhanced for loop because we cannot take for each method to go through what? Arrays. So for object to obj colon arrow. Yeah, this is to go through array elements. This is to get array. Okay, now listen. If you look at the diagram, for each method is there to go through the elements of list collection. Okay, for each method. Okay, second one, enhanced for loop is taken as a nested loop that is there to go through the elements of object array. To simply go through the elements of what? Object array. Fine, nice. Sys out here print row space, row space. Here I am printing new line. Here row space, I am also printing new line. I am also printing new line. End of the for loop, end of the try. This is end of the for loop, boss. And here I want to get a new line. Okay, I think not row, sorry. You should print obj, obj, because is a counter variable obj. Try, tell me, catch, hibernate exception, he, he dot print stack trace. Then finally, come on guys. What is next? Finally, I should go for hibernate util dot close session factory. Yeah, HQL select test, guys. Java application. Yeah, why spaces? To print them horizontally. Satisfying this condition, 3 records are there. Yes, J. Array, what happens to this all of a sudden here? Control 1, control 1. Why sometimes this installation will fail you here? Downloads. Zoom. Zoom IT. Zoom IT. Huh? Zoom software this much. Control 1, control 1. Okay. JST. Those outputs are coming here. This. So let's try to understand this code, boss. Let's try to understand its code. Milind, percentile is what? HQL or SQL operator, ra babu. Milind, that is HQL or SQL operator. Understanding my point? Percentile is HQL or SQL operator. Please concentrate. Which in the wildcard character. It is a wildcard character. Sorry, your download is incomplete. I didn't download it here. Downloads. Zoom IT. Yes. Control 1. Yes. Look at this. We got them or not there? We definitely got them. Fine. This percentile is nowhere related to Java. It's related to SQL operator. Fine. It's related to what? SQL operator. So now you try to understand how this array comes. This basically array looks like this. List collection. Let us assume two elements or three elements are there. First, second, third. Object array, object array, object array. First element, second element, third element. First, second, third. First, second, third. Fine, guys. Okay. Question mark 2. Yes, this is what your object array. Object array. This is my list. Here records will be there. Definitely column values will be there. No doubt in that. Say paste. Say paste. Yes. This is my 0th element, first element, second element. Total how many elements are there? 3 elements are there, guys. Here is my list collection. Okay. Now, tell me what's actually happening. I'll paste the code, then you will get the idea. Super. Here is for loop. Yes. Now focus here. This is the list, is this entire list. For each row, each element is now row points to this array. Object OB is a row. Object OB is a row. System dot out dot println OB is a. So first element value comes. Then second element. Then third. So what happened? This for loop is over. Then new line. Yes, new line comes. Next. Now row points to second object array. Again using nested for loop. Second record values are displayed. Okay, now over. It will come to new line generation. Next, for each method, now row points to third object array. Row points to third element object array. So that will display what? That will display what? Third row data. Third row data. Again, that generates a new line. Row. All elements of list collection is over. At the end, all records will be displayed or not. Or I'm taking dot dot dot. Actually, all this stuff is there. Sir, why they have chosen object array, boss? Why they have chosen as object array? Come on. They have chosen object array because object class object can refer any Java class object. In fact, any value. Okay. Arrays are objects in Java. Arrays are objects in Java. Arrays are objects in Java. So they can be stored in, okay, they can be stored in collections as elements. That's a point that we have to concentrate. Yeah, definitely here we are dealing with a scalar query or not. Yes. What is this scalar query? HQL scalar query. HQL JPQL. Getting multiple specific column values. Multiple specific column values. Okay. So people are asking about this percentile symbol. Don't think much. People are asking about this percentile symbol. You just type wildcard characters. Okay. In Oracle SQL. Wildcard characters in Oracle SQL. See, was percentile. Any character can appear in multiple position represented by the wildcard. Hyphen, underscore. Okay, underscore. Underscore wildcard specifies single position in which any character can occur. Underscore. See, this time I want to get only those policy names who is having exactly two letters. Then I have to say underscore underscore. Then I have to say underscore underscore. These are SQL related, HQL related wildcard characters. Okay. Here I said what? Underscore underscore. J init letters underscore underscore. Now let's run the application. Let's run the application. In any position, two characters. Okay, having two characters, only two names are there. Check it out. Control 1, JSJA. JSJA, only two are there. Suppose if I give three underscore symbols. Three underscore symbols. Okay, I think three are there. Three are there. Three letters ones will come. Three letters one will come. Okay. Listen. Two character. First one J fixed. After that any two letters. After that any two letters. After that any two letters. Okay. Only JST. Check it out. Matching or not matching? Yes, matching. Okay. Sir, iteration of object array, we got object only. Then how to how to string calling on this object we got, sir? Array, my dear, here OB is a pointing to string. OB is a reference variable pointing to string object. Definitely, na boss. Suppose if the column type is integer, what happens? OB is a pointing to integer wrapper class object. Here OB is a pointing to string object. Here OB is a pointing to another string object. So when you call toString method in the integer class, toString executes. Here what happens? Okay, string class toString execute. Here also toString execute. Cherry Brahma, don't forget, in object class toString is there that will execute respective method. Array object class object array should contain only object class object or subclass objects also as elements. Okay. Even subclass objects also elements. Yeah, they will contain subclass objects as elements, guys. Okay, let me give some clarity. Policy ID. Here, what it will maintain? Integer wrapper object. You're confusing now. I will write integer wrapper object. Integer wrapper object. Here, integer object. Next one, policy name. Okay, policy name, string wrapper object. Next, tenure. I think tenure also I have taken as what? Tenure. Oh, I think I have taken policy ID longa. What I have taken policy ID here? Longa. Okay, long. If long, what is there in that? String. Next one. Here we are having what? Inter tenure also long I have taken a long. Okay. Yeah. Object class object array means don't think that object class objects will be there. Object class reference variable pointing to wrapper class objects like integer, float, string, this kind of wrapper class objects will be there. I think everyone clear on this point. Shall I go to next discussion? I hope you got a clarity on it. Okay, boss. Now I'm interested in HQL select query. I'm interested in HQL select query that gives specific single column value. HQL select to scalar query that gives multiple specific copy this, paste it, done. Yeah. HQL scalar query that gives single specific column value. Single specific column value. Single specific column value. I want to get only policy name, policy ID. That's it. No condition, nothing, boss. Only policy ID I want to get. Create query. Now execute query. No parameters now. Execute query. Otherwise, you want to apply condition, you can apply conditions also. Policy ID where tenure greater than or equal to max, colon max. Set query param value. Query dot set parameter max comma 20 years. Okay, 25. I want to get those policy IDs whose tenure is greater than or equal to 25. Whose tenure is greater than or equal to 25. Now tell me here. Okay, policy is at what type? Long type. So what you will get? List long. What you will get? List long. List long list is equal to query dot get result list. Query dot get result list. Yes, process result. List dot for each. What dot here? List dot for each. List dot for each. Okay. Each iteration, what you will get? In each iteration, what you will get. Otherwise, directly single property, na, you can directly write system dot out colon println. That single property value will be printed. Simply that single property value will be printed. Okay. Double quotes not required for numeric value. Yes, you are right. It's a numeric value. Double quotes is not required. If possible, write L. Because tenure now we have taken L. Yes, as usually, try catch finally, catch and finally, done. Okay. It should be two columns. Yes, you are right. It should be two columns. Yes, you are right. But still red color. Okay, still red color, still red color. Try not closed. Huh? Okay, try not closed. Okay, try not closed. Yes, right. Fine. Click on it. com.nt.entity insurance is not mapped. Yes, you are right. Class name is policy. Some cut happened in the class name. HQL select test scalar. Oh, still error, still error. Class cast exception. Integer. Long cannot be casted to integer. Long cannot be casted to integer. Okay. Long cannot be casted to integer. I think this is L, no L, no L. Got it, got it, got it, got it. Nice, guys. I think tenure is integer. Huh? Okay, tenure is integer. Yeah, 9001, 9002. 9001, 9002. Having 20 more than 25 years, only two policies are there and we are getting them. Okay, here how many? 30, 31 years, remaining all are 20 years. Remaining all are what? 20 years. Single value is coming. Single value. Yes, guys. Here we are having list collection, boss. Here we are having list collection. Okay. Let us assume three elements have come. Yes. Here is my long wrapper class object, another long wrapper class object, another long wrapper class object. This is my 0, 1, 2. This is my long. This is my long. Longa, what you are policy ID is long only. Fine. Long. Policy ID is long. Tenure is integer. Yes. And we are processing it here. Each iteration of for each, you will get one long value, and using SOP, I am printing it. Come on, using SOP, I am printing it. Sir, you are not taking any lambda expression here. Everything internally applies, boss. Each iteration, one long value will come, and through println, we are printing it. That's the beauty of lambda expression. Makes big thing as a small thing, right? Fine. Okay, now I want to talk about how to deal with a single row HQL select query that gives 0 or 1 record. HQL select query that gives 0 or 1 record. HQL select query. Achha, before that, I want to show one thing, boss. I want to show one thing. When you execute same query by using iterate method also will do eager loading only. Iterate method will do eager loading only when you go for entity query. Iterate method for scalar query always performs eager loading. Are you sure, sir? Let's see. Same code, comment, But I will copy paste with the support of what? Today we will see this. Say paste. Tell me. HQL select query. HQL select scalar query. HQL select scalar query that gives single specific column value using iterate method. Using iterate method. Using iterate method. Okay, here I am not using this iterator. Iterator long it is equal to iterator long it is equal to query dot iterate. Query dot iterate. Control plus shift plus O. Yes, control plus shift plus O. Iterator long it is equal to query dot iterator of while it dot has next of it dot has next of cool boss it dot has next of sys out it dot next of single only na single value only na I'm writing it dot next. Observe matching this condition I am getting all the 5 records, but how many queries it generates, that really matters now. How many queries it generates? All the 5 records come either numbers, only one query. Why, sir? Why it is not doing lazy loading? It should generate 5 plus 1 total 6 queries. Na? Array, yesterday's theory. It should generate total 5 plus 1, 6 queries, right? Array, listen. In Hibernate, lazy loading is possible only with entity class objects. Lazy loading is not possible with what? Objects and object arrays. Objects and object arrays is possible only with entity class object, not with other objects and object arrays. Come on. Because it has to generate proxy class. Proxy class for entity class is possible because by taking entity class as the super class. What about object and object arrays, boss? How proxy class will be generated? Proxy class generation for anonymous class, anonymous arrays, not possible. That's why no lazy loading for what? Okay, no lazy loading for non-entity class objects and arrays. Come on, come on. I hope you analyzed this point. Very, very beautiful point here. Iterate method does not perform lazy loading always. Iterate method perform lazy loading only when it is dealing with what? Select query. Only when it is dealing with entity query, not even select query, entity query. Here, single select SQL query will be generated to get all records from DB table. All records from DB table. Note. Query.iterate method performs lazy loading. Query.iterate method performs lazy loading. only when queries.iterate method performs what? Lazy loading. Performs lazy loading only when it is dealing with entity queries. Only when it is dealing with entity queries. Entity queries. That means selecting all column values of DB table. Not when it is dealing with what is this? Scalar or what are? Okay. Scalar queries. Because proxy class generation for entity class is possible for but proxy class generation for uh, for non-entity objects, come on, and their arrays not possible. Everyone convinced with me? This is very, very important. Iterate method performs lazy loading forever? No. Only when it is dealing with what? Entity queries, it will perform lazy loading. Otherwise, it will not perform. Everyone thoroughly understood this point? See, I'm touching every corner point. Okay. Small point, minute balls also I'm giving. I did lot of analyzation, R&D on what? Various things in Hibernate, boss. Spring Hibernate. So, that's why I'm able to tell every very corner points also. Be careful about it. Yes. So our summary in any technical interview, first core Java, then whatever topics you mention. So no interviewer comes with ready-made question paper and no two interviews are same. Your first question answer is based for second question answer is based for third question. So any company interview, same story. Fine. Right, boss? Right. Next class will be on Monday. When we meet on Monday, okay, we will discuss more on single row operations. If HQL is giving single record, then how to process them. Then we will go for non-select queries. Then we will go for another one. Right. Fine. MVC must to write, sir. Where I should write MVC? MVC must be there in resume. Either in professional summary or in responsibilities we can write. Okay. Shashbhushan Jai already announced that day recording not happened. That class cannot be uploaded. Tomorrow, no special class, no workshops. Only regular classes are there. Last time I'm announcing. Don't ask me again and again. Okay, morning 7 a.m. Today I have announced 3 times. Okay, 9 o'clock, 6 o'clock Spring, 11 o'clock, JSP. That's it. Only these two classes are there. No other classes are there. Now don't ask me Hibernate not there. That is not there. This is not there. Tomorrow 9 o'clock, 6 o'clock Spring, 11 o'clock, JSP. No other classes are there. Show some maturity now. Okay. Not same as last Sunday. Some change is there compared to last Sunday. Okay. Fine. People, I think sometimes they listen the classes with legs and hands, it seems. Fine. Thank you. Have a nice time. I'll share that content. Don't worry.